Hello children, we are going to start with practice set 5.2. Here we are going to use the section formula. If the segment is divided in the ratio m is to n, then how to calculate? First question, find the coordinates of point P if P divides the line segment joining the points A -1 7 and B 4 3 in the ratio 2 is to 3. Now here you see, let the coordinates of the point P be x and y, and A coordinate will be x1 y1, B coordinate will be x2 y2. Therefore, here x1 is -1, y1 is 7, x2 is 4, y2 is -3. Ratio m is to n is 2 is to 3. So m equals to 2, n equals to 3. By section formula, this is section formula. X equals to m times x2 plus n times x1 upon m plus n. If I have to find out the unknown coordinate of the point, then we will apply x equals to m times x2 plus n times x1 upon m plus n. Substituting the value of m and n as 2 and 3, x2 and x1 4 and -1, and then calculating the same, we will get 8 minus 3 upon 5 equals to 5 upon 5 equals to 1. So x coordinate of point P will be 1 and y will. Next, by section formula, m times y2 plus n times y1 upon m plus n equals to, substituting the value of m and n, y2 value is -3 and y1 value is 7, and calculating here we will get 15 upon 5 equals to 3. Therefore, the coordinates of the point P are 1 and 3. Second question. In each of the following examples, find the coordinates of point A which divides segment PQ in the ratio A is to B. Here, instead of M and N, A and B are given. So coordinates P and Q are given. Let it be x1, y1, x2, y2. Therefore, P be x1, y1, Q be x2, y2. Therefore, x1 equals to -3, y1 equals to 7, x2 equals to 1, y2 equals to -4. And A is to B will be 2 is to 1. So A equals to 2, B equals to 1. Now you know the section formula. A x2 plus B x1 upon A plus B. Substitute the values of all the terms here and simplify it. You will get -1 by 3. Y coordinate will be A y2 plus B y1 upon A plus B equals to 2 times -4 plus 1 times 7 upon 2 plus 1. Calculating it, we will get -1 by 3. So the coordinates of the point A are -1 by 3 and -1 by 3. Here P and Q are given unknown coordinate. Here it is taken as A x y. Next, again P and Q coordinates are given. A is to B is given. Method remains the same. Substituting the value of x1 as 2. -2 it is. y1 equals to -5. x2 equals to 4, y2 equals to 3, A is to B is 3 is to 4. Again the section formula remains the same. Substituting the value and calculating the terms, we will get 4 by 7. Same way, section formula for calculating y coordinate, A y2 plus B y1 upon A plus B. Substituting the values, we will get coordinate -11 upon 7. So the coordinate of point A are 4 by 7 and -11 by 7. First is x coordinate, second is y coordinate. Next problem, again another value for P, Q and A is to B is given there. According to that, let Px1 y1 equals to and Pqx1 be the given points. Therefore, substituting the values again by section formula, we have to substitute the value here and calculate. But here you see x coordinate is coming 0 because 1 into minus 4 plus 2 into 2, 4 equals to minus 4 plus 4 upon 3. Minus 4 plus 4 will be 0 upon 3. Any number divided to 0 will be answer will be 0 only, or 0 divided by any number we can say will be 0 only. So 0 upon 3 will be equal to 0 here. Next, for y coordinate, substituting the values, we are getting y coordinate as 13 by 3. So the coordinates of the point A are 0 and 13 by 3. Third question, find the ratio in which point T divides the line segment joining the points P minus 310 and Q 6 minus 8. Now here you see the point T is given, means x coordinate is given. Section formula only we have to apply and find the ratio m is to n. We have to find the ratio m is to n. Method remains the same, only the x and y coordinate are given here. That value we have to substitute and values of x1, y1, x2, y2. So let p be x1, y1, q x2, y2 and t xy be given. So x1 equals to minus 3, y1 equals to 10, x2 equals to 6, y2 equals to minus 8, x equals to minus 1. Here the coordinate of t is given, which divides the segment in the ratio. So x equals to minus 1 and y equals to 6. By applying the section formula, as you know, x coordinate equals to m x2 plus n x1 upon m plus n. Substituting the value of point T here, minus 1 x coordinate, then substituting m is to n like that only. No, these two variables will remain same only, and substituting the value you will get cross multiply your terms, minus 1 into m plus n, so it will be minus m minus n equals to 6 times m minus 3n. Take the terms n on one side, m on another side, you will get minus n. Minus 3n will come this side, it will become plus 3n. 6m minus m will become plus m on the other side. So 2n equals to 7 by m. Now we want the ratio m is to n. So cross multiply, n will come here in the denominator, 7 will come here on the denominator, cross multiply. So we'll get m is to n equals to 2 by 7. Point T divides the segment PQ in the ratio 2 is to 7. Another example here. Next, find P is the center of the circle. Figure is given here, circle. And AB is the diameter as shown here. AB is the diameter, point P is the center. Find the coordinates of the point B if coordinates of point A and P are 2, minus 3 and minus 2, 0 respectively. So let A coordinate be x1, y1, B coordinate be x2, y2, P coordinate be xy. Be the given points. X1 equals to 2, y1 equals to minus 3, x equals to minus 2, y equals to 0. But here you can see that in the diagram, AB is the diameter, P is the center. So P divides the segment into two equal parts because PA and PB will be the radius of the circle. They will be the radii of the circle. So they are equal. Here P will be the midpoint of segment AB. So midpoint formula we are going to use. Point P is the midpoint of segment AB. Therefore, by midpoint formula is very easy. X coordinate equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y coordinate will be y1 plus y2 upon 2. So substitute the values from the above. X value is -2, x1 value is 2, x2 we don't know. Here cross multiply -2 into 2, it will be -4 equals to 2 plus x2. This plus 2 will go on the other side, it will be -6. So x2 equals to -6. Similarly, y coordinate equals to y1 plus y2 upon 2. Y coordinate is 0 given. Therefore, and y1 equals to -3 plus y2 upon 2. 2 into 0 will be 0 only. -3 plus y2 equals to. Therefore, -3 will go on the other side. Y2 equals to 3. The coordinates of the point B are -6 and 3. Next question. Find the ratio in which point P divides. Now your variable is given for coordinate x, that is k, and 7, y coordinate. Divides the segment joining A at coordinates 8 and 9 and B at 1 and 2. Also find k. We have to find out the ratio and we have to find out the value of k also. First we will find out the ratio. Now you know the method. Let point A be x1, y1, B be x2, y2, and P be xy be the given points. From the above, we can take the values of the same. See here, the value of x coordinate of P is k. We have written k only here. Only these values we have to substitute in the section formula below and calculate it for y equals to my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. So 7 equals to 2m plus 9n upon m plus n. Cross multiply. While cross multiplying, take note students, 7 into m plus 7 into n it will come, because this 7 will be multiplied to both the terms which will come in the cross multiplication. So 7m plus 7n equals to 2m plus 9n. Take m on the left hand side and n on the right hand side, we will get 5m equals to 2n. M is to n equals to 2 by 5. So ratio comes to 2 by 5. Now for x coordinate, this we have taken with the use of y coordinate because y coordinate was given but x coordinate is not given. So first we have found out the ratio of m is to n by y coordinate. Now substituting the value for x coordinate, as x coordinate is k, we will write k equals to, substituting the value of m is to n what you have calculated above, 2 into 1 plus 5 into 8 upon 2 plus 5 equals to 2 plus 40 upon 7, that equals to 42 upon 7 equals to 6. Therefore, point P divides the segment AB in the ratio 2:5 and the value of K is coming as 6. K is coming as 6 here. Next problem. Find the coordinates of midpoint of the segment joining the points 22, 20 and 0, 16. We have to find out the midpoints coordinate. Let A equals to, now points are not given, you can take any alphabet. Let points A coordinate B x1, y1, that is 22 and 20. B coordinate B x2, y2, B 0, 16. Let the coordinates of the midpoint be P, xy. Therefore, by midpoint formula, substitute the values of x1, x2, y1, y2 and calculate. Here we calculate x coordinate as 11, y coordinate as 18. The coordinates of the midpoint of segment joining 22, 20 and 0, 16 are 11 and 18. Now, another problem is there. You have to find the centroids of the triangles whose vertices are. In triangle, how many vertices are there? 3. Their point coordinates are given. For the first problem, -7, 6, 2 minus 2, 8 and 5. So here you see, if I take this first problem, x1, y1 equals to, let the points be A, B, C. Their coordinates are x and y are given by centroid formula. This is the centroid formula. X coordinate equals to, here we have to add all the three x coordinate of 3 points divided by 3. This is known as centroid formula. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, substituting the values of x1, x2, x3, we get 3 by 3 equals to 1. Y coordinate also same, y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. When we substitute the values of these terms and get 9 by 3 equals to 3. Therefore, the coordinates of the centroid are 1 and 3. Another problem of the centroid formula here. Again, 3 points are given here. Let them be points A, B, and C as given x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. By centroid formula, again the formula repeats, x equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3. Substitute the values where x coordinate comes to 6. Y equals to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Y coordinate after calculation it comes to minus 2. Therefore, the coordinates of the centroid are 6 minus 2. I am sure you know how to substitute the values now. Third problem based on this only centroid formula. These are the coordinates given. Let them be A, B, and C, and x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. By centroid formula, again substitute the values of x1, x2, x3 and calculate. You will get 19 by 3. Y coordinate again y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Substitute the values and calculate. You will get 22 by 3. The coordinates of the centroid are 19 by 3 and 22 by 3. These are x and y coordinate of the centroid. Now in triangle ABC, G is the centroid. It is given in the statement form. And point A and B coordinates are given. Then find the coordinate of C. So what you will take? Let the C coordinate be x3, y3. Because centroid G we will take as xy. So G coordinate is minus 4, minus 7. A coordinate x1, y1 as minus 14, minus 19. x2, y2 here 3 and 5. Let the coordinates of the point C be x3 and y3. Because you know the formula x coordinate, that is centroid formula. So centroid coordinates are given. Therefore, we are taking for point C, third vertex, as x3, y3. G is the centroid. By centroid formula, x equals to x1, x2, x3 upon 3. Here we will substitute the value of x, x1, x2. x3 is not known to us. We have to find out. So simplify this equation here. You will get x3 equals to minus 1. Similarly, y equals to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. y3 is not known to us. Y1 and y2 values we will substitute in this formula and calculate. We will get y3 equals to minus 7. The coordinates of point C are minus 1, minus 7. Here, two variables are given. See here, for points A, B, C, and centroid is given there. But two variables for point A and point C. For point A, x coordinate is given as h. For point C, y coordinate is given as k. Are the coordinates of the vertices of triangle whose centroid is 1, 5. Find h and k. Please see here. A x1 y1 hn minus 6, b x2 y2 2 and 3, c x3 y3 minus 6 and k. Centroid xy. Now I am sure you know how to take the points. Centroid we have to take it as xy and other points as x1, x2 and x3. By centroid formula, substitute the value here. Here you are getting x is given. So x1 plus x2 plus x3. X1 is h. We substituted here. So we'll get after calculation h equals to 7. Here in y coordinate, y equals to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Here y3 equals to k. Other terms are given, so substitute and calculate. We will calculate k equals to 18. Therefore, h equals to 7 and k equals to 18. Find the coordinates of the points of trisection. Trisection means segment is divided into three parts of the line segment AB with A and B as the coordinates. These are the endpoints of the segment. Solution: A 2 7, B -4 -8. Suppose the points P and Q trisect the segment AB in equal proportion, that is AB equals to PQ equals to QB as shown in this diagram, and let AP equals to PQ equals to QB equals to X. That distance is X. AP upon PB equals to AP upon PQ plus QB. We have taken as PQ plus QB equals to PB. We have substituted the value here. So AP upon PB equals to X plus X plus X. AP is X, PQ is X, QB is X. So X upon 2X equals to 1 by 2. Therefore, point P divides the segment in the ratio 1:2. By section formula, if we substitute here, x coordinate of P equals to m times x2 plus n times x1 upon m plus n. Substituting the values of m is to n is 1:2, what you have calculated above, and x2 x1, we substitute the value, we get x coordinate of P as 0. Y coordinate of P we can calculate by substituting the value same way, we'll get y coordinate 2. Therefore, the coordinates of P are 0 and 2. Point Q is the midpoint of PB. Please refer the figure above. Q is the midpoint of PB. Coordinate of P we have calculated. To calculate the coordinate of Q, apply the midpoint formula. So x coordinate will be x1 plus x2 upon 2. P coordinates is 0 and B coordinate is -4. That is x2 is -4. So divide by 2, you will get -2. Y coordinate of Q will be y1 plus y2 upon 2. 2 is the P coordinate. Y1 is the coordinate of P equals to 2 plus -8 upon 2 will get -3. So the coordinates of Q are -2, -3. Therefore, the coordinates of the points of trisection of segment AB are 0, 2 and -2, -3. Let's move to the next question. If A -14 -10, B 6 -2 are given, find the coordinates of the points which divide the segment AB into 4 equal parts. Let the points C, D, E divide segment AB in 4 equal parts. So AC, CD, DE, EB. Here D will be the midpoint of segment AB. Correct? 2 points are here, 2 points are here. So D will be the midpoint here of segment AB. Therefore, by midpoint formula, we will find out the coordinates of D. X coordinate of D equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2, where A and B coordinates are given. So if we calculate x coordinate of D, it will come to -4. Y coordinate of D, by the formula of midpoint, we will get -6. So coordinate of D are -4 and -6. Point C is the midpoint of AD. Here you see A and D. C is the midpoint of AD. So here what we will get by midpoint formula, A we know, D we have calculated just now. Using the coordinate of D and A, we will calculate C. Similarly, next part of the topic, we'll calculate D is given, B is given to us, then we will calculate E as the midpoint. So now we will see the C as a midpoint. Point C is the midpoint of segment AD. By midpoint formula, x coordinate of C will be coordinate of A and D upon 2, that is x coordinate upon 2. We'll get x coordinate of C as minus 9, y coordinate of C by taking A and D coordinates, y coordinate of point D upon 2, then simplifying we will get y coordinate of C as minus 8. Therefore, the coordinates of C are minus 9 and minus 8. Similarly, as shown above in the figure, point E is the midpoint of segment DB. Therefore, by midpoint formula, here we will take the coordinate of D and B, coordinates of, that is x coordinate of D and B upon 2. You will get x coordinate of E as 1 and y coordinate of E to calculate. Again, y coordinate of D and B we will take. By midpoint formula, we will get y coordinate of point E as minus 4. Therefore, the coordinates of E are 1 minus 4. Here, the complete answer is given. Therefore, the coordinates of the points dividing AB in 4 equal parts are point C as 9 minus 8, D as minus 4 minus 6, and E as 1 minus 4. Next question. If A 20 10, B 0 20 are given, find the coordinates of the points which divide segment AB into 5 congruent parts. Earlier it was 4 congruent parts, now it is 5 congruent parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here we will calculate about AC and BC. What is the relation? This is one part. AC upon BC. BC means what? CD plus DE plus EF plus FB. And each part is of x. So AC will be of x. For CD x plus x 2x plus x 3x plus x 4x. So x upon 4x. X gets cancelled. So AC upon BC is in the ratio 1:4. So to find out the coordinate of C, we'll apply the section formula where m:n is 1/4. So coordinate of point C divides segment AB in the ratio 1:4 by section formula. X coordinate of C equals to mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. Substituting the values of x2, x1 from above, we will calculate x coordinate of C as 16, y coordinate of C by substituting the values of m, n, y2 and y1, we will get y coordinate of C as 12. So the coordinate of C are 16 and 12. Now, if I turn to figure now, take the coordinate of C and B. C just now we have calculated. We will find out coordinate of E. E will be the midpoint of CB. So it goes easy. If I calculate the midpoint E, midpoint formula you know very well, x1 plus x2 upon 2. E is the midpoint of segment CB. Therefore, by midpoint formula, x coordinate of E equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2. Here, coordinate of C and B are considered. Therefore, 16 plus 0 upon 2 equals to 8. So, x coordinate of E is 8. Y coordinate of E is similarly, by taking the y coordinate of C and B upon 2, we'll get y coordinate of E equals to 16. Therefore, the coordinates of E are 8 and 16. Now, D is the midpoint of CE. Please refer above figure again. D is the midpoint of C and E. Similarly, so we can calculate D coordinate and then we will take F is the midpoint of E and B. So by midpoint formula, F we will calculate. Again, I come down there. D is the midpoint of CE. Therefore, X coordinate of D equals to whatever coordinates X coordinate of C and E are there will be added upon 2. We will get 12. Y coordinate of D equals to Y coordinate of C and E will be added upon 2. We will get 14. Therefore, coordinate of D are 12 and 14. As shown above in the figure, F is the midpoint of EB. Again, substituting the values to find out the x coordinate of F equals to x coordinate of E and B upon 2 equals to 4. Y coordinate of F equals to addition of y coordinate of E and B upon 2 will get 18. Therefore, the coordinates of F are 4 and 18. Therefore, the coordinates of the points dividing the segment AB in 5 congruent parts are C 1612, D 1214, E 816 and F 418. In the next video, we are going to see practice set 5.3. Till then, take care of yourself. Have a nice time. Thank you.